Cuba, Israel cannot live with Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Blackburn, for putting this together, and also thank you for your leadership. Immediately upon the atrocities that we saw,
live and streaming. I want to just let everybody kind of join in. You know, some of the people who are just getting the push alert on your phone right now. Remember, you can access us not only over the air, but also online at fox26houston.com via our Fox 26 app on our phone, on your phone, Fox 26 weather app, and our very important Fox Local app on your smart TV. So head to your smart TV's app store, search for Fox Local, and that way you can stream all of our content, no subscription, no fee. You can watch the news and streaming content like this, all of our specials that come on that our various anchors and reporters do at 12:30 each day. All of that free. And you can watch weather from around the country too, and news from around the country. So here we go. Let's get into what is happening out there. Good morning. It is a beauty out there. After getting down to the 40s area wide, we're warming up really nicely. We'll have lots of sunshine today. Only a couple of very small wrinkles in the forecast. So I'll show you that here coming up here in just a second. But overall, getting warmer today. We'll end up being warmer than we were yesterday. Lots of sunshine, very light winds, by the way, and with very low humidity. All right, taking it here downtown, there is Minute Maid Park. Kind of slow going there on, I guess that's 59 there, right next to the park, right? This is, of course, what it looks like open. Last night it was closed when the Astros couldn't pull out the win. But they're airing it out right now. 67 degrees, the latest temperature in Houston. Now, these are the Hobby Airport numbers. Very light winds, you'll see there, northeast at 3, and very low humidity. Right now, the humidity is at 42%. As the temperature continues to rise with this low dew point value, we're probably going to get that humidity down to about 20% by later this afternoon. Our temperatures are running warmer now. Now, this is very interesting to keep in mind because we did get colder this morning than we did yesterday morning, but because of the dry air, the sunshine, and the lack of wind, we're going to warm up faster. So right now we're about 1 to 3 degrees warmer than the same time yesterday in Houston, 5 degrees warmer for Galveston, and Katy, you guys are 7 degrees warmer now than this time yesterday. And here are the actual temperatures. Middle 60s in most spots, even some upper 60s at this hour, which is really, really pleasant. So 68 Galveston, and for Baytown, Dayton, it has been a couple of chilly mornings for you guys. I think you were down in the low 40s this morning. Now you're all the way up to 67. Conroe is at 64 degrees, Katy at 66, as well as Sugar Land. Now it's interesting because we did get down to 47 at Bush Airport earlier this morning. We've already rebounded back up into the middle 60s. And one of the reasons is no wind. So we have wind observations here that are calm at Bush Airport, calm heading up I-45 north, calm heading out the Katy Freeway west. So when you have very light winds or no wind, especially when you have dry air, sunlight comes in, heats up the ground, and then it heats up the air above it. And it's not really mixed around that much, so you don't have to worry about any of the cooler air that's above the ground sort of mixing in and keeping it chilly. It's kind of like it did yesterday. We had a high of just 71. So with the calm conditions today, it is allowing us to warm up more quickly. Now, I mentioned a couple of wrinkles in the forecast here. This is one, the allergy levels. These are the new measurements just released by the City of Houston Health Department. Heavy tree pollen, that's elm tree pollen. It's the only pollen out there that is coming from trees. Ragweed pollen is heavy. We're in ragweed season until we get our first freeze generally. So we got that going for at least another probably 4 to 6 weeks, if not longer. Medium levels of grass pollen and heavy levels of mold spores to be found out there today. Now, in addition to the ragweed pollen and some of the other pollens we have out there, right now we're in the moderate category for air quality, primarily because of some haze and dust. It's what we call particulate matter. If you look really closely, you'll see some haze out there. It's not a big deal. So right now we're in the moderate category. It may sneak temporarily into the unhealthy for some category at times this afternoon. Again, that's just because of the lack of wind. And so any of the sort of soot or smoke or dust that happens to be in the air just kind of settles there. So that's why we have that going on today. Other than that, though, the weather is very nice. We're looking for highs today across our part of Texas in the middle 70s. Not bad at all, getting close to 80 degrees for Austin. Out to the west, really starting to warm up. So about 85 in Del Rio, also around 85 in Amarillo. And then as we see the return of a south and southeast breeze tomorrow, that's when we really start to warm up, feel kind of spring-like again. So tomorrow's high temperatures up to around 83 for Dallas and here in Houston. Out to the west, getting around 90 degrees in Midland, into the low 90s out there around El Paso. So we're definitely starting that warming trend, and in fact a lot of that warmer air is going to be moving in. This is called the 6 to 10 day outlook. This comes from NOAA's Climate Prediction Center, and this is next week. So Monday through Friday of next week. In general, most of the week we are looking for above average conditions. Now average is low 80s. So we're looking at middle 80s, maybe even some upper 80s early in the week. I will tell you though that the latest models are showing a front moving through around Wednesday or Thursday. So it may be that next week it's kind of, warm and humid early on in the week, and then we cool down for the late part of the week. The temperature trend has been interesting to see. Obviously we had that long summer where we were above average almost every single day. The heat wave though came to an end here right at the beginning of the month. So this is the days of the month down here. So this was, October the 2nd when we had our last super hot day way above average. And then we've been below average most of the last couple of weeks, except for 4 days ago. But in general, we've been continuing that pattern. Today, average high 83, we'll make it up to around 76, maybe 77, so below average again. Out in the Atlantic Ocean, that L represents what's called an invest area. This one is called Invest 94. And it may become a tropical depression over the next day or two. If it does strengthen to a tropical storm status, the next name on the list is Tammy, and it does look like it would pose a small risk to the islands of the Caribbean, just like a glancing blow by places like Antigua and Guadeloupe and those spots. All right, over here in the Pacific Ocean, there's an area of low pressure here that could become their next tropical storm or hurricane, and this one is not anything that's obviously going to have a direct impact on us. It's going to linger out here for several days, but as next week's front comes in, we may pull up some of this moisture. So it may be for about another week to get here, but next Wednesday-ish, we still have another front coming down, and by then some of this moisture may have looped around. And in fact, we can see that here on this product, which is our rainfall forecast. So this is going to take us from right now all the way through next week. What you'll notice here, there's not going to be anything really happening here over the next few days. We're zipping by here. Here's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So for the late part of this week, some rainy weather headed toward the East Coast. But I wanted to zip over here to the west coast of Mexico to show you that some heavy rain is going to be moving in here and here, both of that from tropical systems. This is next Monday, and some of this moisture may get pulled up into Texas. So our next really decent chance for rain is around the middle part of next week. In the meantime, our rain chances stay relatively slim. We have a beautiful afternoon here planned for you. I mean, anything that you want to do outside, it's gorgeous for that. Just keep in mind, if you're really sensitive to allergens or to pollutants, we do have some elevated levels out there for the day today. Tonight is going to be clear and chilly again. Low temperatures getting down into the 50s tonight. This morning, like I said, we were down into the 40s, and so we'll be running just a little bit warmer than that through tonight, and then tomorrow we'll warm up even more. Notice those arrows I have coming up out of the south. Those are the return of Gulf breezes, so that's going to warm us up as well. Here's a look at the high temperature forecast here, guys. Today up to around 76. I think we can get away with calling that pleasant. Tomorrow up to around 83. A slight chance for showers coming in around the Thursday, late Friday time frame. I don't think it's going to be that much, but a slight chance for showers, and then we stay actually pretty warm here. Here's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. High temperatures getting into the upper 80s, maybe even hitting 90 in a couple of spots. So that's what we have planned for this weekend. Now I'll have the full details, including rain chances and overnight low temperatures, up ahead in your 7-day Fox Rad forecast. Coming up on Fox 26 News at noon. So I hope you'll join us then. Of course, you can watch us the old-fashioned way on the TV through cable or streaming, or you can watch us right here where you're getting this digital stream.